Dividing polynomials with monomial, it's easy. What's monomial mean? One term. With monomial, it's not bad. You're just dividing each one of them. Monomial? If you're asking me about my English, it's not great. I know that. And so we have to remember the rule. When you have x to the m over x to the n, what do you do with their exponents? You subtract them.
You subscribe to YouTube channel.
I did rewrite the whole thing. Can you skip this step?
Probably.
Yes. A lot of people can skip this step.
Who couldn't?
Some people like to see it individually. And then I've seen a lot of people just divide one and forget the other. So there's a reason I write two, less likely to make mistakes. 3 m's on top, 1 m on bottom, 2 left over.
Got it. 3m squared minus 8.
What exponent is up there beside the 3?
You heard that kid cuss?
3?
Oh,
This 3?
Yeah.
A 1?
With
the M?
Why are you drawing a 1 right there?
So then you know.
So I can subtract 3 minus 1 and get 2.
so you subtract
2 minus 1 and get 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's kind of weird.
That's weird.
So much more.
Another rule you need to know is what it means to be negative exponent. Do you remember that?
No, but I will if you tell me.
I thought that was I.
Negative under a radical is I. Under the square root is I. A negative exponent is just x to the m on the bottom. So if you have a negative exponent, that means you're just putting it at the bottom. So I'm doing this whole thing over 2ab to the first power. So that's all this means to the negative 1. Just means I'm dividing it. So that's the same thing. Just a more complicated way of writing it.
The what?
Under here, it was 2ab to the negative 1. But negative 1, it's on your paper. But negative 1 just means you're dividing by it. And you just divide. I'm going to write it out. A lot of you will skip this step. I'm okay with that. Some of you will always write this step. And notice I'm keeping the sign that was in the middle of each term. $14 divided by 2.
7. A to the third.
A to the third.
B squared.
B squared. I'm going to slow down. So 20 divided by 2.
10.
A squared divided by A. B squared divided by B.
Plus 1.
Nice. Plus 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Everything cancels out, but something's left over. 1. Because 2 divided by 2 is 1.
Oh, yeah,
I'm confused by the what?
You subtract your exponents. 4 minus 1 gives you 3. 3 minus 1 gives me 2. 2 minus 1 gives me 1. 2 minus 1 gives me 1. How does it work? If you have 3 B's on top and 1 B on bottom, or 2 B's on bottom, they just cancel out. They just cancel out. So whatever is left over. And then if the one on the bottom is left over, then you have it over, which is what the example we're about to do. Then you just do 1 over B. That's what we're about to do. So you'll see that.
I don't like number 16.
Number 17. Again, a lot of you will skip this step of writing it all out. I'm okay with that. All of these are in standard form, though.
Oh.
Are they going to be in standard form of the test?
If not, I'll have that in the direction to write in standard form. Some of them won't be on the test. Subtracting. 3x's on top, 2 on bottom, 1 left over. 2 on top, 2 on bottom, 0 x's. 9 divided by 3 is 3.
Zero. So not halal.
Would it be negative?
So it's -1.
So it's -1. You don't want to leave it as -1 because that doesn't mean anything to you.
Oh, and then we have to redo it all?
So you can, if you want to just write it with the x on the bottom, you could skip this step. But if I have 1 x on top and 2 x's on bottom, that just means you have 1 left on the bottom.
Oh, that's a smarter way to show
No, it's not the same as minus 3x. Because it's like 4 to the -1 is 1/4.
Oh, yeah.
I did this with you guys once a while back. 3 to the 0, 3 to the first, 3 squared. I think the directions, if I remember, the directions will be don't leave negative exponents. If I do not put that on the test or quiz, then yes, you could leave it either way.
It says rewrite all terms of negative exponents.
If I remember to put that on the quiz, though. But these are wide negative exponents. Remember, you multiply going this way, 3 and 9, and so you divide going the other way with exponents. So that's 1 and 1/3. So that's the reason behind negative exponents is just dividing.
Do you drink their sweet tea?
Yes.
I'm not lower. I always have a drink of that in my fridge.